Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Today we have a very interesting update. 0.4300 added a new weapon, a melee weapon, the Whisk. Instead of being an alternative to the pistol, the Whisk acts as a tertiary weapon and can be swung by pressing F on the keyboard or one of the controller. This weapon at the time of the release is a very consistent weapon. It has a wall with a powerful close range backup. I will firstly talk about the stats of the weapon and then talk about the times it's best used. The damage profile of the weapon is the same no matter what. The Whisk deals 40 damage no matter where you hit your opponent. To put that into perspective, it is 10 more damage than the AK-47 with a dead center shot. The weapon is semi-automatic, which requires you to press the key to use it every time you want to swing it. Normally this weapon is a good secondary for close range. However, it receives an extreme damage boost of 40 to 100 when you have the Egg Breaker power-up. So, to go about using this weapon, you need good tracking skills at point blank range. It requires a different playstyle to use than any other weapon, because for close range weapons you don't have to be point blank range to use them unlike this. The inconsistency with this weapon from my experience is when you're standing inside your enemy, it can often miss or do no damage when you're right on top of them. There are two ways to use it, as a primary weapon or as a secondary weapon. To use this as a primary weapon, all of my tips are more important, as you would be taking a bigger risk. You would need to have to be constantly getting very close to your enemies to use it. As to kill an enemy with full health, it will take 3 swings, however, it will take 2 if they've already taken a bit of damage from your gun or grenade. Your biggest threat using this as a primary is P90 shotgun or AK users. There's a big advantage in dealing flat damage. Your accuracy does not matter, as long as you hit your enemy you'll do 40 damage. To be using this weapon as primary, you will want to be moving in a certain way. This is a fully mobile weapon. You do not need to stand still at all with it, meaning you can jump as much as you like. In fact, your biggest strength is your mobility. Jumping is one of the best things you can do while using this weapon. No other weapon, not even the Scrambler, has the mobility of the Whisk. The movement pattern I believe is the best by using this weapon is to try and circle your opponent, because just like all weapons, sometimes it takes longer to kill your opponents than others. This may be due to your ping, your opponent's hitbox being out of reach for when you swing, and if your opponent is standing on top of you. Here's an example of using it effectively as a primary weapon. Circling an opponent is most of the time only effective on low skill players or players with bad movement or tracking. But this basic movement is what I recommend. If your opponent is standing still, they would often be standing still so they have better aim on you. I will talk about how to fight different weapons with the Whisk as a primary weapon before discussing if this weapon is better than the pistol or not. Again, soldier or whipper users, don't fight them in the open. Try and use cover or blocks to help you jump higher to your advantage. Jump as often as you can. For scramblers, try and make them lose track of you. Most scrambler players don't use their tracking and timing skills together well. Make quick movements to dodge them before they fire their gun after reloading, and this will allow you to hit them if you're faster on the draw. Make a lot of sudden jumps and movements to make it harder for them to track you, and if they can't keep up, then you can finish them off. Try hard users are similar to fight soldier or whipper users, only they have more accuracy while jumping. RPG users will most likely try to switch to the pistol. I will talk more about that after. Free ranger users may be harder if they have good tracking, but you can beat them because you can have even better tracking because of your mobility. And to deal with crackshot users, who are the majority of players, you need to outmaneuver them. Your mobility is much higher than theirs. They will try to run away, stand still and shoot and repeat. While they are standing still waiting to become accurate, this is when you can land a hit on them, and there isn't much they can do to strike you. Landing 3 hits may be difficult, but as long as you can hit them, you deal 40 damage to kill them in a max of 3 hits. Jumping is very important when fighting CS users. Just make sure to not land in a predictable spot where they can kill you easily. Try and jump over them and get behind them if you can. That's all my advice for finding players with other guns. Now we'll talk about the Whisk versus the pistol. Even though it's possible to use both the Whisk and the pistol, I don't recommend both, and one or the other should be used. The pistol has a lot more range than the Whisk, as it can be used out to medium range with little effectiveness. Both the pistol and the Whisk are good secondary weapons. The Whisk has a few advantages over the pistol though. I'll just show a table showing the two secondary weapons against each other to make it quicker. The pistol has some obvious advantages and many players will still prefer to use it. I personally prefer the Whisk because it's more consistent. Overall, I believe this is a solid addition to the game, as Cell Shockers needs more weapons to expand the meta and variability. Have a good time beating your opponents. I hope you learned something from this video and peace out.